Are these just generic comments? These are just your generic comments on a variety of issues. The first one's from Ronald Hapchuaro. Russell, if you see this, could you answer in video or comment? How would you feel if the revolution became armed and the people fought the oligarchy, or however you spell that fancy word? Not how you've spelled it. It's a chaos of language you've spilled onto the internet there, mate. And the government is led by the rich and their buddies corporations in a Cuban-style revolution led by a similar one to the July 26 movement that Ernesto Che Guevara fought in. Mate, I bow to no one in my adulation of Che Guevara. I admire Fidel Castro, Raul Castro. I admire the socialist principles, and for someone in the backyard of America to be able to set up some form of egalitarian system is admirable. But when you look at Cuba closely, it's a bit heavy. Also, this is what I think. For a true revolution, we've got to have some absolute principles about sort of brutality and violence. Like, surely when we see the stuff with ISIS, it's the brutality that offends us, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, this is inhumane, you're going to cut that bloke, oh Jesus, fuck. Like, but the reason, of course, that we're in this situation, in this conversation, is because of our own brutality, because of our own military action. So if we, the people, unify and think, well, let's confront this corruption and the oligarchy, as you say, then if our means are violence, then in a way, if you sort of look at it beyond the individual, it's kind of like, it's the strand of energy named violence is one of the things we want to avoid. So in short, I do like how Che Guevara looks, and I love Fidel Castro's cigar smoking, and I love the glamour and the stars on the Kalashnikovs and all that, but I don't think you can be violent, especially not if you drink from quite refined teacups, as I do. Tony Danzer says, I personally know a guy who's been inside Brand's joint, told me that he had a swastika on his bathroom wall. I have not got a swastika on my bathroom wall. I'm not into Hitler or anything. I'm against Nazis. That's like, we don't need to resurrect that debate. No, but was he alright though, Hitler? No, definitely not. But I'm going to say that thing that boring people say now. The swastika is actually a Hindu good luck symbol, so you know. It's not that the swastika was evil on its own. Like, if you just left one about, it wouldn't go off and do a genocide. It's that it became a symbol demonstrating evil. Now, I'm too busy to try and resurrect it, redefine, rebrand the swastika, so I wouldn't have one on my bathroom wall, of all places. No, so I'm not trying to reclaim swastikas, I'm too busy. Water Pozwio. Hi Russell, I've subscribed. Well done, you're supposed to subscribe, thank you. Thanks for being an awesome voice on the net. And I was wondering your thoughts on Monsanto and the seed pesticide companies being the same. Yeah, I'm obviously, I think the UN recently did a study where they found that local organic agriculture could provide the world's food needs. So that would be much better, much safer, much more economically viable, would provide more labour, would provide more equality, would provide better food. So when someone like David Cameron goes on a television set and goes, my first priority is the safety and health of people, well, there you go, there's one idea that we can use. So obviously I'm against Monsanto, I'm against the copywriting of nature. They're copywriting little bits of nature. Ah, look at that, it's a butterfly. I own it and all its subsidiary rights. You can't do that, so yeah, I'm against them and all things like it. Troy Murdoch says, hi Russell, I just watched Messiah Complex on YouTube. I'm curious, how do you feel about people uploading your shows, allowing the people to watch them for free? Thanks. I did tweet a link myself to a Messiah Complex free download, and let me tell you, the people, my colleagues over at the DVD company were thrilled about that. So, no, I don't mind, mate. I was always the same, when I was doing stand-up comedy for nothing, right, I didn't care about the, like, I wasn't like, oh no, you can only come in if you pay for a ticket. I wanted people to come and watch it, because narcissism. So narcissism will always outride greed in my personal list of defective traits. John Ramirez, thanks for the Trews. I hate watching news on TV. I never feel like they're telling the whole story, saying I don't blindly believe everything you say. Saying that, I don't blindly believe everything you say either, but I feel like you're more truthful by far. Thanks, Russ, keep it up. You better start blindly believing everything I say. Blindly, don't even consider it. Just consume the information, sort of like a sort of a slightly sweet, wet yogurt. That's nice, believe that now. No, yeah, question what you want, I don't know, I'm right. Maybe I am set up by the Illuminati, I've been thinking some weird thoughts about pyramids lately. Vid Sheridan, I hate the Trews theme and theme song, but I find myself whistling it constantly. Curses. Yeah, a lot of people hate it, but I really like it. It's done by Rubber Bandits. They're really cool and funny. Someone suggested this, I can't remember who you are, but we got it from the comments, and they said cover up the Apple logo with our Trews logo, so we've done it. We can't remember who you are, but you, nameless soldier of the revolution, we salute you. Michael Winfares, Russell, my girl and I watch all your stuff. You're funny as shit, and you know it, else you wouldn't make your own YouTube every day. Anyway, you talk a lot about the Buddha. What book would you recommend to start learning Buddha? Well, look, I think the sort of principles of Buddhism, they're accessible in loads of ways. I'm reading this book at the moment, I've been reading it for ages, Untethered Soul. I don't know if it's explicitly Buddhism, but it is saying don't get attached, don't get governed by your own fear. I like Eckhart Tolle as well, his stuff's coming from Buddhism. So you can go direct to the old Buddhist stuff or the exact, the Zen stuff if you want. Like if you start looking at Lao Tzu and Zhuangzi, like the Tao. But I don't know, I find it sometimes a bit impenetrable. So then it's not dense, it's sort of simple and poetic, but they're coming from some ancient world dealing with ancient truths, which are still applicable now, but I like things in our contemporary lexicon, so I say have a quick butcher's at Eckhart Tolle, have a look at that Untethered Soul. If you specifically want some sort of Buddhism, like getting a Buddhism, you could look at that, what's that Hess book, Siddhartha, have a butcher's at that. Alright, that's all the truths we've got time for, because I've got to go to a meeting to tune my consciousness into selflessness. That is the Trews.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.